Welcome to our explainer. You know that really clever internal dashboard or data tool your team built, the one everybody loves? Ever stop and wonder if it could have a life beyond your company's walls? Well, today, we're digging into a practical roadmap for just that, how to transform that internal work into a real market-ready product. It's a journey from project to commercial success.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually make that leap? How does a tool built for your colleagues become a product that other companies would pay for? Well, it's not magic. It turns out there's a clear strategic path, and we're going to walk through it step by step.
You know, the journey to a commercial product doesn't start with some big, risky launch into the market. Nope. It begins right where you are inside your own company. This is your proving ground. It's the sandbox where you build, test, and prove the value of your idea first.
Okay, so first, let's get on the same page about what a data product even is. We're not talking about a static report that gets emailed out on Mondays. Think of it as a living, breathing system, a tool that actively helps people make smarter choices or work more efficiently. And that distinction, it's absolutely crucial, because you're not just presenting information, you're building a capability.
So the evolution starts at level 1, which is all about achieving strategic influence. This is your first major pivot from just being a provider of data to becoming a true strategic partner. The goal here? To make yourself indispensable to the people making the biggest decisions in the company.
At this level, your focus is really twofold. First, you've got to support leadership, giving them the sharp insights they need for high-level strategy. But then, you use that very same foundation to empower everyone else, creating a kind of shared language of data so different teams can finally make decisions together.
See, this is about way more than just handing over reports. When you consistently give insights to your leadership team, you're not really showing them data. You're showing them you're aligned. You're proving you get the company's core strategy and that you can help push it forward. That's how you build real trust at the top.
The other piece of the puzzle at this level is becoming a unifying force. I mean, think about it. When the marketing and sales teams can finally look at a problem using the exact same data, you kill all that finger pointing. You become the central hub for finding the root cause and, more importantly, for tracking solutions together. That shared understanding across teams, that's the real win.
All right, so once you've proven your strategic value with leadership, you're ready for level 2, scaling your impact. This is where you take that focused influence you've built and you broaden its reach, moving from just a few key stakeholders to, well, the entire organization.
So now the goals get a lot more ambitious. You're not just building for a handful of executives anymore. You're designing a tool for potentially the whole company. And in doing that, you start to build something else, something really powerful. A genuine competitive advantage that has value beyond your own four walls.
And this is the real beauty of the internal proving ground. When you solve the puzzle of making a product that hundreds of your own colleagues can use effectively, you're getting the best training you could ever ask for. You're essentially mastering user experience and user management, two of the hardest nuts to crack when building any commercial product.
This is such a powerful idea to wrap your head around. When you build data products that, say, help your sales team with their pitch decks or streamline how you onboard a new client, you're doing so much more than showing data. You're actually capturing your company's secret sauce, its best practices, and you're bottling it up into a scalable tool. That is incredibly valuable stuff.
So, after you've nailed strategic influence and you've demonstrated scaled impact, you finally arrive at the last stage. All the skills you've sharpened, all the value you've created internally, it all positions you for that final leap, taking your product to market.
Seriously, after navigating those first two levels, after influencing strategy and then scaling your impact, you've made it.
And why the congratulations? Because that tool you built, maybe to give your sales team an edge or to make client onboarding smoother, it's not just an internal win anymore. It's now a market-ready asset. It's something that can be bundled right alongside your company's main offerings, creating a whole new stream of value.
And right here, this is the ultimate destination of this whole journey. That little internal project, the one that grew to influence strategy and then scaled across the company, has now evolved so much that it has the real potential to become its own standalone commercial product. It has proven its worth every single step of the way.
So, this leaves us with one last powerful question to think about.
Look around your own organization. What dashboards, what internal tools, what data systems are already showing real strategic value? Which one is just sitting there right now, waiting for someone to recognize it and guide it on its own journey toward that final commercial leap?